This video's deck tech is going to be all about Aquaman, King of the Sea, otherwise known as Merfolks, or like sort of Merfolk control, Merfolk aggro. This is something I like to do with the game, where I'll make a themed deck. A few years back, like 20 years ago maybe, I made a spirit deck after the Sixth Sense had come out. It was kind of funny. So this deck is in honor of Aquaman. We'll take a look at the deck and then see how it plays out. It's pretty aggro. It's pretty good. I like to play it. We've got 4 of a Curious Obsession, 1 blue. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1. And whenever it deals damage to a player, you draw a card. You may draw a card, you don't have to. And at the beginning of your end step, if you did not attack with a creature, sacrifice Curious Obsession. So that mechanic gets kind of interesting down the road. 4 dive downs, 1 blue. Target creature gains +0/+3. Who cares? They get hexproof. That's what we're looking for. Sometimes that +3 will help if it's like a Deafening Clarion or something like that. 4 Mist-Cloaked Heralds, a 1 casting 1/1 that can't be blocked. I've just got 2 in different sets because of the way the game handed them to me. 2 Spell Pierces, pretty good counter spell. So for 1 blue, you counter a non-creature spell unless its controller pays 2. 2 Adventurous Impulse for 1 green. You can look at the top 3 cards of your library and reveal a creature or land. This is just a dig for more of those unblockable merfolks. 3 Jade Bearers, 1 green. One of your unblockables gets +1/+1 when it comes out. It's also a 1/1 merfolk. 4 River Sneaks for 1 and a blue. River Sneak can't be blocked. It's a 1/1, and whenever another merfolk enters the battlefield under your control, River Sneak gets +1/+1 until end of turn. 3 Silvergill Adepts, card draw. So one casting, 1 and 1 blue, so 2 casting. As additional cost, this spell, reveal a merfolk from your hand or pay 3. So if you draw them late game, you can play him for 5, whatever. It doesn't much matter if you don't need the mana. And whenever he enters the battlefield, draw a card, and it's a 2/1 merfolk. 4 Merfolk Branchwalkers. This card's awesome. It's a 1 and a green. It's a 2/1, and when it enters the battlefield, it explores, which will also give you a dig for more merfolks. 4 Merfolk Mistbinders. Green and a blue. Other merfolk you control get +1/+1. 2 Jungleborn Pioneers. This is a combo with your River Sneak. So whenever you cast this one, it summons a 1/1 blue hexproof merfolk. So you get 2 for the price of 3 for 2 and a green. And you get a 2/2 and a 1/1, and your River Sneak will get pumped up pretty good right there. And then finally, we've got Kumena, Tyrant of Orazca, for 1, a green, and a blue, total of 3. It's a 2/4, legendary merfolk. Tap another merfolk you control, and then Kumena can't be blocked. Tap 3 merfolks you control, draw a card. Tap 5 merfolks you control, put a +1/+1 counter on each merfolk. It's awesome. It's a game winner. Totally great. A murder target right there for sure. And then 1 Herald of Secret Streams. This is awesome because creatures you control with +1/+1 counters can't be blocked. So this has some good synergy with the Jade Bearer, good synergy with Kumena. Everything kind of has a lot of synergy together. So notice there's no sleeps, there's no Tempest Callers. This is, the idea is to be like an aggro style deck here. If you don't win in the first 5 turns, it doesn't look so good. And it's no holding back either. You just go for it. This is King of the Sea kind of stuff. 11 islands, 6 forests, 1 Hinterland Harbor, and 4 woodland streams. This mana mix tends to be pretty good. I think it's 22 in total. I mean, I did the math. It's 22. So let's see how it plays out. Let's see if we can't get some beatdown happening. And that's how you play it. You lay him down, you turn him sideways. I don't hardly ever block with it. I don't worry about removal. It is just balls to the wall, going crazy. Sometimes you get out aggroed, sometimes you get out controlled. But if you get a fast enough start, you can sneak under the control decks, and you can make some good trades against aggro, and then keep your unblockables. Oh, all right. Well, let's do this. This is gonna happen. I'm on the play. All right. This is like a snowballing Mist-Cloaked Herald right here. So he's a 1/1 into a 2/2. And remember, we're not gonna bother to block. So I'm gonna lay down another Mist-Cloaked Merfolk Mistbinder, and then. This is going to be great. Alright, let's do it. We're doing it. Alright. Hopefully he blocks here. Nope, he's just going to take it and try and sneak around it. And here comes the Ajani's Pride Mate, right? Is this what we're doing? There's no way he's blocking with a Pride Mate. Adonto Vanguard, totally fine with that. This is not a blocker, this is an attacker. With 2 mana? This is insane. So this is lethal if he doesn't block. He has to block or this is lethal. He can't activate his Vanguard or he dies. This is nuts. So that leaves him at 6. And now, I mean, a Chupacabra, Murder, something. So I've got 2, and I can cast both my dive downs right now. So let's see what we do. There's no way he's going to block. Well, he has to block or he's dead, right? But I don't think he can do too much else, and I've got 2 dive downs ready to go. Oh, of course. So we're going to pierce that and win the game. Bye! That was crazy. Faster than... I haven't seen anything like this. I've been doing some playtesting with this deck and have not seen it perform this quickly. That was pretty satisfying. Let's see what game 2 brings us. I almost feel bad about that one. But I don't. Alright. I did lose earlier to the Merfolk deck, like a modified version of Jungle Secrets almost, where they had the blue enchantment. Wherever you cast a Merfolk, you get a Merfolk. That's pretty powerful as well. I thought about throwing that in this one, but it tends to work out pretty good with a little bit of control and a few more options to dig for more Merfolks. What is going on? Why is there like 30 seconds between games tonight? Man. Alright, let's see what we have this time around. A couple of Branchwalkers. I like Branchwalkers because I can dig, and digging for more Merfolks is better than not having them. And it's a 2 drop, so pretty good. Although all this mana is not making me very happy. Mono black, well, or black at least again, and we've got a lot of land happening. So hopefully that means we've drawn. Okay, we'll just draw more land. That's how it's going to go. Although it's fine. It's early enough where I can draw through the land and be happy about that. The Skymarch Bloodletter doesn't scare me too much right now. Although I can't put my Curious Obsession on him because then he gets blocked for sure. So, oh yeah. And I don't think he's going to block with his Bloodletter right now. It's too early to start blocking and making trades in the game. But now I've got a 3-2, I've got a 2-2, and I've got an unblockable coming. Though my unblockable is going to be a target for this removal that I know he's got. So he's playing mono black, or got a heavy black base at this point. So we'll look for Murders, Cast Downs, Chupacabras, other shenanigans. He's taking his time. Maybe he sees the writing on the wall and he just goes, forget it. Merfolks are better than Vampire. I don't know. Vampire's pretty good tribal too. There's a timeout. Maybe he's just walked away out of frustration. That's what I'm going to go with. That is what I tell myself. Alright. Damage. Oh no, he's back now. Sanctum Seeker. That's good. There's my Mist-Cloaked Herald. Now let's see what we're supposed to do here. Should I drop a Curious Obsession on... I'm going to try something crazy here. I'm going to try and bait him into blocking. So I'm going to give myself a 4-3. And if he doesn't block, he takes the damage. And then I draw a card. Or if he blocks, he loses. Okay, so he's just not even blocking. I wish I had my spell pierce. Well, no, he can't do a call to the feast. Oh, there it goes. Now he's going to call to... Okay, not yet. Oh, that's tricksy. So he's playing Nightmare's Thirst with life gain. That's actually pretty good removal. Okay, this is good. I got a Curious Obsession back. Now, can I Jungleborn? I can. And still save mana for my... still save a mana for my Spell Pierce, just in case he gets crazy with a spell. Definitely going to draw a card. It's another Obsession. Okay, cool. Oh, now he's got two... Okay, this will be hard to recover from. Even for the King of the Sea. Didn't get it under him fast enough. So that's something to watch out for. If you can't get up and under some of these decks fast enough, it gets a little tricky too, although this will change some things. I'm going to let my Curious Obsession go on purpose. Because I want to put a counter on all my dudes. No matter what he does, I'm tapping them all for a counter. This is a pretty cool Vampire Synergy deck here. Card draw, loss of life. Just the one. Doesn't need to do too much more than that. Yeah. Tap 5 Merfolks. They all get +1/+1. It's not good enough. Because I'm taking 4 for sure. Right? From his 2 damage here, and then he'll definitely get the benefit from those Sanctum Seekers. See if I can delay the game long enough and try and block down. Oh, we're definitely going to draw that card. That's an island, of course. Why wouldn't it be an island? He's got 6 mana, so he can pretty much tap me out of 7 mana now. So there isn't anything he can do that I couldn't Spell Pierce away. Yeah, there's the Legion Lieutenant. So now this is out of hand. That's game. Poop. So all he has to do is attack. Nice. Okay, alright. Alright. So against a deck like this, we would have really had to get up and under it, so we wanted to see a turn 1 Mist-Cloaked Herald and then a Curious Obsession on him almost right away. In order for us to be too effective against a deck like that with some good blockers, and without all of our unblockable creatures out there right away. It's really what this deck relies on, is the unblockable guys to get up under him and just start doing some damage. Life gain's hard to overcome because the damage is so small, so you're hitting them for 1s, 2s, and 3s. And if they gain any little bit of life in there, it's kind of tough to deal with. So here we go. We've got a Mist-Cloak into a Jade Bearer. Well, no we don't. Slower mana base here. So we've got a Branchwalker. Well, okay, let's see what happens. I think we're on the draw, so I actually didn't know. Now we're on the play. Of course we are. So a slower turn 1. I would have really liked to see a Mist-Cloak into a Obsession, but you know what I could do? I could Mist-Cloak and then Jade Bearer him and then make him a 2/2. I'm okay with that. So now we've got a 2/2 unblockable attacker into a Branchwalker turn 3. That's fine. He doesn't have any kind of removal, not in green and blue. An Adept. Okay, well now I know what I'm saving. I can't counter a creature. I could put the like Essence Scatter in the sideboard or something like that. Yep, library and that guy, and we're gonna swing in with everything because we don't want to wait. We want to go balls to the walls. And I don't think I want to trade his Silvergill for my Branchwalker. I think if he attacks, I take the damage. Yep. I'm going to take the damage because there's no way he's going to block with his Mistbinder. Okay, this is terrific. I'm going to give my counter on my Jade Bearer so they're all at least a power of 2 and I can attack. He will not block because his Mistbinder is too important to his deck. There we go. I knew it. So see, if he was able to gain life, this would be a different game. Now that I've got him down to 10, he's starting to go, oh, wait a minute, this may not be something I want to keep doing here. He's got to play a Water Trap Weaver and tap down one of my guys. But even then, I've got a dive down, so I can save my dive down to make him hexproof. Any spell he casts, virtually any spell, I'm going to pierce it. Well, except for Kumena, I can't do anything about that. That's fine. That's fine. He can block down one, kill it. The other two are a little riskier blocks for him to make. And I think we just go, we swing in. Yep. Now we're going to make him make that choice. He blocks the Branchwalker with Kumena, and then he's got to block the Jade Bearer with his Silvergill and lose an attacker. And lose the ability to draw cards. Let's see if he does it. Let's see if he figures that part out. Should I protect my Branchwalker this turn? Yes. Yes, I should. Then that makes my board state still a little scary. I'll have 4 attackers next turn. Yeah, there he goes. He's going to draw the card. That's what you're supposed to do. Absolutely. Good work. So I'm looking at 7 damage on the board right now. He's at 8. I doubt he attacks this turn and I can swing in for 3, or we'll see what I can do. I too have a Herald of Secret Streams, and that would give me 7 damage unblockable. We'll just attack with our Mist-Cloaked Heralds, unblockable. He's at 5. We're good with that. We're good with that. So if he plays a sleep without playing a mana, I can spell pierce it. But if he drops a mana, that would give him 6 mana, and he would have a 6 mana sleep, which I think he's got in his deck, or a Tempest Caller. And there, so there's the 6 mana. So now I've got to be careful with my spell pierce. Well, there. So I'm going to make him commit. I have to. Or I'm toast. 3, 6, 8. So he can hit me for 16 before I can do anything about it. He pays the mana, so I want him to pay for it. So this is all he can do with his turn. And he can't give himself another Merfolk to hit me with next turn, so I can at least live beyond that. And if he swings in with everything, I can sort of punish him. Can't draw a card now. That's fine. Curious Obsession does me no good. See, here's that mechanic. If I play my Curious Obsession, at the beginning of your end step, if you did not attack with a creature, sacrifice Curious Obsession. So if I played it this turn, I would have had to sacrifice it anyways. So let's see. Am I dead? I'm gonna be at 1, right? I can't block. So just move on. It's expecting me to cast my dive down. Alright, here we go. Let's see what we got going on. We'll just curiously obsess this gentleman. And we got 5 damage on the table at least, right? So he's got a 1 blocker here. Let's swing in. Let's see what he's got. Maybe if he tries to disperse somebody, I could make him hexproof. Ah! There we go. Now, if he's got another disperse, I am in trouble. Of course. Why wouldn't he have another disperse? He could have dispersed that Mist-Cloaked Herald, though. He could have done that. He just didn't see it. Yeah, that's game. Terrific. Beaten by disperses. I'm not going to have enough to block with. So, oh, rats. This is disappointing. Especially for the performance of that first game. We'll do another one. We'll do one more. Alright, so this both at 1 though. Look at that. Look at how close this game came down to. Really just the draw. I mean, he had disperses. I only had 1 dive down. And 1 more dive down. Or if I would have saved my if I saved that mana from the spell pierce, but he could have cast a deep root. It wasn't a deep root elite, it was a deep root champion that turn, and then I would have been dead the turn after, which is why I did it. Alright, 4 games in. Let's see if we can get 1 more win, go 2-2. And I don't mind losing. Losing is learning, right? Alright, that's what I tell myself. Well, oh, there we go. Thought it was going to be another minute between games. It's getting kind of weird. Here it is. And some blue mana. Yay! Except we're on the draw. This is a terrific hand if we're playing first. But being on the draw, he'll have a chance to play a tap land and then do something else with 2 mana before we can get our Curious Obsession down. If he's playing red, a lot of times I'll just shock him right away and call it a day. This is cool. So I can Obsess, which I will definitely do first. I really want that on the table right away. You know what? We're just going to do this twice. No, we're not. It's always better to have 2 threats than 1 threat. So if you pump this guy up, make him a 3/3, sure, I could have swung in for 3 damage right now, and he'd be at 17. But then this becomes the biggest target for cast down, murder. There it is. So I saved my Curious Obsession because that murder was coming either way. I can't do a Branchwalker, so we'll do Silvergill. We'll reveal a Merfolk. There he is. Remember, it's this one that was revealed, so I can play it instead of the other ones. Do not Curious Obsess if you can't attack, because then you cast it and then you lose it right away. So remember that. I've done that before. I've made that mistake, and it's just like bad form. You know, you just go home. Oh, life gain. Rats. Big rats. Okay, so let's do something funny. We're going to obsess this guy, and we're going to attack. Hopefully this goes through. Okay, cool. And then we're going to draw a card, and we are going to see if that card is a... There we go. A forest. And then we're going to get Kumena down. Perfect. Just how you draw it up. Good. So he's got a 3/3 Pride Mate. There's nothing I can do about that. My Adept is not unblockable. Well, so check this out. Here's how we play the rest of this game. I have to attack with my Silvergill when he knows that's coming. So we're going to use Kumena as a draw engine. I don't want to risk him. He can't be casted down, but he can be murdered. And we're going to draw. Yes. I'm going to reveal a Merfolk Branchwalker again. So now we've got 5 Merfolks down, but check this out. I can't pump him up yet because I attacked due to Curious Obsession. And I had a feeling he wouldn't block anyway, but these are all about to be unblockable, I hope. It's fine, that's fine. And he might attack with his Pride Mate. No reason not to. But I want to keep myself from losing too much health before he gets out of hand. Oh, this is going to be great. Attacking with a 5/5. Nope. Let's get out of combat. Be careful with the new interface. Let's tap 3 untapped Merfolk and draw a card. Yes, and it's a land. Harbor goes down. Branchwalker goes down. We explode her. One more Branchwalker goes down. We explore again. will graveyard the Adventurous Impulse. Let's make him unblockable by tapping our guy over here. Okay, so here's the thing with Adventurous Impulse. You just have to attack with a creature, right? I'm not declaring attackers yet. Yeah, okay, there we go. So we're going to attack with Kumena. He's unblockable. Not really worried about it. He might get sealed away, but I really hope he doesn't. Then we're going to end the turn. You don't have to attack with the creature that's enchanted by Curious Obsession. That's a common mistake I think people make. And then I've got my 5 Merfolk over here to give them all a counter. And then I can play Herald of Secret Streams, swing in and win the game. If my opponent will graciously do nothing to be detrimental to my board state, that is a perfect play. Thank you, sir. Except he's going to have a huge-ass Pride Mate here pretty soon. That's fine. He might be thinking he's going to save this to use as a blocker, too, so we'll see what he does. If he attacks, I'll block and then tap it to give my Merfolks a +1/+1 and lose my little 1/1 hexproof over here. I may as well attack for the flying. I mean, well, see, at this point, he's thinking he's going to block, though. So he's still of the mindset that, boy, I better save some Merfolk to block. He does not know what's about to happen. Here it comes. Bam. And he's tapped out, and we win the game. Here it comes. Unblockable. All of it. King of the Sea. It's fun when it works, man. It's so much fun when it works. So, thanks, guys, for watching. I do appreciate, everybody who's watching this channel, especially being so early with it. Subscribe, hit the bell, make a comment, give me a thumbs up in the video. Helps my YouTube ranks, and I do appreciate it. Thanks so much. Have a good one.